Well, welcome you guys to Success Sunday. We do this every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Convert that to your time zone. My name is Sean T. Hill. On behalf of my business partners around the country, we are excited about training together. Everybody excited about training?
Yes.
Okay. And so, and the reason being is everybody joins, but only the few that's going to make it train. And so if you've ever heard anybody say, is that one of those things where only a few people get to the top? Well, no, it's one of those things where only a few people train and get to the top.
Mm.
And everybody else chooses the bottom by ignoring the training.
Right.
But I tell you what's worse than ignoring the training is showing up, getting the training and not applying the training.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to give you some stuff that you can apply to get to the top. And I want to give you a full understanding of some of the things that we have our hands on and what to do with them. And I want to give you guys some training shifts. First training shift is when you are on the Zooms, plan to be on camera.
Yep.
I'm not talking to the guests. I'm talking to those of you that are not guests. We do this every Sunday at 7 p.m. And so the same way you clock in to work and you're present, clock in the business and be present, on cam, focused, in a quiet area so that you can interact out loud. Because your face is needed and necessary. Your voice is necessary. When you're going to be on cam, be as professional as you possibly can. No, I'm not sitting around my house before the Zoom in a dress shirt. No, I'm not. But here's what's exciting about this for me. I'm only going to be with you for an hour or so. And so the least I can do is dress for the occasion, because how many of you guys are going on to be wealthy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so trust me, the people that walk around in t-shirts after they're wealthy, walk around in t-shirts after they were wealthy. To get there, they had to look the part that most people perceive that you want. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
And so for this little short time frame that we do get together, not this week you're fine. That's why I didn't record the presentation, because I want multiple boxes open with sharp people. Guys, when that happens, whether we're in a room or on a Zoom, people join before they join.
Right.
Because they just want to be a part of the group that gets sharp to get on Zoom to talk money. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so because we do that, it accelerates the growth of your business. I'm just giving you accelerated strategies. I actually spent this weekend from Friday evening till this morning after church with a 10-figure earner. He's been in the industry since 1990. I've been in the industry since 1996 of home business. But I've always earned 6. He's always earned 10.
Ooh.
So to add those other 2 digits, I needed to train with him. Is this making sense?
Yes.
But here's the blessing. I receive information to give information. I am a teacher. It don't matter where you put me, I'm going to teach.
Mm-hmm.
It's my purpose. It's my gift. If I come to your church for more than 2 weeks, chances are in that 3rd week, I'm going to be in some type of teaching capacity. If I join your organization within a couple of weeks, I'm being on your organ. It's just what I do. I can't watch TV without getting trainings out of it. I can't watch cartoons I'll be dropping jewels from cartoons. Why? Because that's who I am. You have gifts as well that you're going to actually bring so that we can all do kingdom business together. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
But I say that to say, what I recognize is the only difference between my 6 figures and his 10 figures is he's meticulous about these little things, and he only works with the people who do them.
Okay. Yep.
He's serious about a simple system, and he simplified it to the level, and I've already done this, but I'm even going to more super simplify it tonight. And I only want to work with the people that do it, because I know anything simple should duplicate unless you've quit and you're still floating around. Because some folks be in network marketing and be ghosts. Some folks are in home-based. We see you, but It's just a hollow shell. You're not doing anything from week to week that's going to give you the elevation. I'm talking about the people that's going to immediately apply these things.
Mhm.
And we're going to give you enough things to apply so we can cover everybody in every different situation, in every aspect, in every stage of your business. So that when you apply these simple things, everybody say consistently.
Consistently.
Write that down, because that's the key to the whole game. It's
Mhm.
not us doing a whole lot. It's us doing a little bit consistently over time. And you can't help but elevate. Because why? Because everybody that gets to see you work understands how to consistently work. And they already know without a shadow of a doubt that the reason why they're not succeeding is not necessarily their script, not necessarily their background, not necessarily their friend base, but their lack of consistency.
Right.
Consistency is one of those keys. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
But professionalism is also one of those keys. So like right now, Shaniqua, did you blur your screen? Okay. Because so when we blur our screens, because this, you'd be amazed. I went through an hour-long training. It was an hour long. He went through all 100 people to help us with our Zoom presence. Everybody say presence.
Presence.
How you show up is how we expect you to show up.
Right.
And so everything from making sure that your backgrounds are not too busy, making sure that you don't contrast. So what funny thing about like Shaniqua, he would have talked about you yesterday the same way I talked about Tanisha before y'all got on. You can't be yellow with a yellow background. You can't be burnt orange with a burnt orange background. You're blended into your background. So you gotta find an area in your home where you contrast with the walls. Is this making sense? If you're gonna use your walls and your wall background. See, these are things that I didn't think about before I went and got training.
Mm-hmm.
Is this making sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
But can we agree these things matter?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Put this in your notes. Everything matters. See, because if everything doesn't matter, then nothing matters. It matters how we show up. It matters that we're well-groomed. It matters that we master the language of the business. It's okay to be country, but it's also okay to be from the country and speak well.
Mhm.
It's okay to be city, but it's also okay to be from the city and speak well. Is this making sense?
Yes.
But it's also amazing to be simple in your speech. I'm not telling y'all these things so y'all can change anything right now. I'm just letting you know these are the things that need to be adjusted. These are the good adjustments. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Matter of fact, I would go as far as to say overviews, dress your best, trainings, Project 100 t-shirts, maybe. But that would be the only alternate uniform I would say to use. Does this make sense?
Yes.
And we'll have new t-shirts coming out soon. I was looking for a vendor that I want to actually rock with. So far, the vendors that are, which some of y'all know that means vendors that actually are doing business with me.
Mhm.
That are actually doing the business. Because I like to do business with people that are doing business with me. And so I'm looking for t-shirt vendors that, might want some business funding for their t-shirt business.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
Is this making sense? And so
Yes.
we scout in these streets. But guys, let me show you what business funding looks like. But any questions about how we show up?
No.
Okay. I want you guys sharp. I want you guys on point. I want everybody joining you before they even hear me speak. Before they hear the speaker, they're already making decisions anyway. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
And so let's put them in the best possible light to make the best possible decisions. Again, we do this at least this one. How you guys like the overview on
Love.
clock?
Yes. Sir. It was so good. It was
Okay.
so good. It was
Awesome. Awesome. I'll do one tomorrow that I can actually record. I just wanted to give it a trial run to see what I liked and what I would keep in, what I wouldn't, and things of that nature. But I appreciate you guys' patience on the trial run. That was fun. It was a whole lot of fun. What'd you like about the overview? Anybody?
I like the pace of it, but I love the way you laid out the precious metals, how it all blends in, how you laid out the possibilities in a way that is reasonable. Like you didn't go overboard with it, 5%, 10%. You did 3%. And let us know how that can grow without you even touching it. Like it's just growing in the background. And that just made me excited because you broke it down so that it's simple to understand and more importantly, simple to do. So, hey, I'm speechless. I'm bouncing around in my seat like a little kid.
I love your excitement. I love it. All right, Shaniqua, you up next?
Hey, I tried to unblur it. I don't think that made it any better, but what I appreciated is we usually start with asking people their dream. And so from there, you went to the precious metals, like Jaletta was saying, and then we scaled down. So it was like tiered. It's a tiered system with tiered pricing to go with it. And so it felt better that way.
Perfect. We'll keep it in that order then. Who else? Anybody else want to give me some feedback?
You don't see my hand? It's yellow.
Yes, Tanisha, it's yellow too.
It's yellow.
It's blending in with you. It's not over your face, so
it's my yellow hand right here. My yellow hand is right
What's
there.
up, T?
So I wanted same thing, but the thing that stuck out to me most was when you talked about there's a lot of things that cause us to not be where we want to be, but have you ever had anyone show you strategies? And then you literally showed a strategy. So going from talking about, things that we need to get together, this is the strategy, and here's how we can help you fund it. I thought that was amazing.
Can I do one more?
Yeah, you keep going. This is important. We're putting together a game plan together. This is a strategy session. Go ahead.
So when you were talking about the business funding, you said it's a small investment of $29.95, right?
Right.
That I wanted to be upfront about what that is.
Right.
So in people's mind, people are thinking, well, where I'm going to get that $3,000 from? Then you immediately went and showed us exactly how you can get it from what we're talking about. So you're emphasizing how this is a one-stop shop for all the diagnostics, all the things you want to finance a business, you want to finance your lifestyle, you want to take trips around the world. That's your dream. You can get it all right here, including this. So on top of it, we do this and we do this and we do that. And now we're doing this. And it's all in this nice little package for $149.97. I love it. I love it.
It's just so giddy. I love it.
I love it.
All right, Shaniqua. Like the hand release.
Another thing you did that Dr. Golden talks about is you gave them something to compare it to. So you're like, I don't have $150 conversations after $50,000 and $500,000 conversations. So the scaling you provided was also brilliant.
Thank you. Good. What else I got? Y'all just telling me what to keep in there. So the stuff y'all ain't talking about is going away. They got anything else?
Just to piggyback off, is the teacher in me, it's that backwards planning. It's like we started with the end in mind. So that was the end game. But it's like, okay, how do we get here? So you gave us the end game, and it's like, okay, now these steps right here get you to the end game.
And it made it all possible. And that's the important thing, because people, when they see things like this, because we haven't been educated, because we've been trained to look at things a certain way, some of these things, if you just blurt it out, hey, we do this, it may seem impossible and overwhelming, but the way you broke it down, it showed us how each of these steps is possible, and we're going to show you how to do it. And so it takes the intimidation away from trying to do this. So I'm done. Okay, I'm done for real.
No, you don't have to be. I need the feedback. I wouldn't ask the question if I didn't want the feedback. See, leadership is no big I's, no little U's. We in this thing together. And so the more excited about the overview that you're bringing them to is for you, the more people you'll bring. The more people you bring, the more money you make. The more money you make, the more excited you get. The more excited you get, the more people you bring. The more people you bring, the more money you make. The more money you make, the more excited you get. And so I want to know what you're excited about in the overview. This is a very important stage. Don't worry about what else I got to go on to. I do things in the order of importance. And so if I don't get to something, I just don't get to it. It ain't like we ain't coming back next week. It's not like we don't talk all the time. It's not like I'm not doing an overview tomorrow at 7 with a quick start training. Because I am. So, and I'm going to teach you before we get, the one thing I want to teach you before we get off is how simple it is to build this business. But before I can do that, we got to be excited about that overview. Are we actually excited about that overview? And if so, what excited you about it? Keep talking to me, because I need to know. Y'all are giving me good feedback on what to keep in.
I think for us, since we've heard the overview so many times, you've tried to change it around, but with this whole new business aspect and the funding, not putting it last was genius. It gave us again a chance again to hear it again, because we haven't heard it. For me, I haven't heard it enough for it to kind of stick.
Right.
You know, so when you did it first, I was like, this is what I was waiting for. I don't have to wait for it. It's here. So, but not only that, is that it gives us another skill, because we're already, we know what you're going to go through, how you're going to do it, but we don't know how you're going to do it. So you caught our attention from the very beginning. And when you did that, of course, it wakes you up. It's like, okay, we already know what Sean's going to do. No, we don't know what Dr. Hill's going to do. He started here where we needed to start. And not even just for the new people, but for us as new to this particular aspect that's coming up, it just, you made it where, okay, you got us. We're paying attention. You made us click in from the beginning.
Awesome, Deborah. Put this in your notes, guys, based on what Deborah just said. Shift or get left. Because our company has shifted, yes?
Yep.
Yes.
We must shift with it. Business funding is a game changer. I know we overuse those two words in this particular business, but it's just the best two words. It's everything, because think about it. Somebody could be thinking about somebody like Joy. Because I don't know if you guys remember, but Joy said she got a business in her spirit.
Charlita.
But that was Charlita. I thought Joy said it too. Okay, Charlita got a business in her spirit. And now she just found out $3 grand gets a 50 grand funding for her business that she can invest and use the interest from her investment to start the same business that she would have had to start with her own money. I don't use other people's money because people use it in shady ways. That's why I use not my money instead. Okay, Shaniqua, and then Tanisha.
So one thing that also stood out to me is you mentioned that the CEO, Mr. House, introduced us to his friends and family. And so you're doing the same thing. And so I like that aspect of it as well. And then you invited us to be a part of a community, not a company. We don't want to be a part of a company. We want to be part of a community. So I love that too.
People don't join companies, they join communities. Good stuff. Good catch. Good catch. What you got, Tanisha?
I wanted to kind of say that too. I wanted her to put her hand up because I knew she was gonna say what I was gonna say. But because you said the CEO has the same access to the same 250 or whatever that we have. He has the same access to what we have. But you also, one thing that I liked is a lot of people are excited because this is something new. So a lot of people that we're going back to and we're talking to, we're telling them about the business funding. So what you did was you said, okay, now that you found out about the investing, about the funding, if the rest is going to talk about earnings, if you don't want to be on, then, you don't have to listen because, people have fear of missing out. So if you tell them that up front, this is what you came for. You don't have to listen to the entire conversation. This is what you came for, but it keeps them on because there is that fear of missing out. Like, well, what else is he gonna say? And I thought that was genius.
Perfect. But here's the genius behind the genius. I honestly don't care if they stay.
Right, I know.
No, you don't really understand. I honestly, now, I mean, I really kind of want them to go.
Yeah, I know.
And that, see, I'm overemphasizing this. I know you know, T, but I'm just saying, I know you guys know me, but really know me. I really want them to go away. I really want some of you to go away if you're not going to apply these strategies. I really need to go away if I'm not going to apply these strategies. One of the things that we learned in church today was honor. Yep, because and for those who missed it, you should have been in Charlotte. We were talking about the power series and walking into your power. Part of walking into your power is how you honor people who serve you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to honor your mentor. That's what I'm telling you. I got a 10-figure mentor because I had to go higher because based on, I can't say it because I'm recording, but I needed to see how to get the national ambassador. I needed a clear path to national ambassador. And so I had to go outside of the company to get a clear, unbiased path just in general network marketing, because I am a network marketer, proud network marketer. I don't know where to go on the planet where you could take $250 and turn it into $250,000 during a pandemic over 4.5 years while you're sick and almost dying. I am a network marketer.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what it is. People that look down on network marketing, they've been missing it for decades. So I don't expect them to catch it now. But they also went to basketball games at Amway Arena. I'm just saying. Some of the wealthiest people in other fields got their first obtained their seed wealth in network marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them got started after a friend sponsored them. That's how broke they were. The true rags to riches stories, how they come from entertainment, sports, or network marketing in America.
You're right, sir.
And so and I'm saying all of this so you guys can understand. To not understand that is disrespectful to how you're trying to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And so embrace network marketing. Learn network marketing. Why? Because it's just networking and marketing. And how are you doing any business in the free world not knowing how to network or market?
Mm-hmm.
And so two things, like what Robert Kiyosaki sat down with a young lady who scheduled an appointment with him because he was a best-selling author. And when his first advice to her was to go to sales school, he went on to start telling people that they should go into network marketing because it's the business school for people who love helping people. He actually has a book with that title on it. And here's what he said. She was offended that he tried to send her to sales school. He said, read what it says right there. And she had to read it. It said best-selling author. Right, it said best-selling author, not best writing author. You better learn how to move something. Marketplace. If you're going to be successful in this game, what I'm teaching you is how to move things to the marketplace. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
I designed the training on the spot, but I knew how to market that training. And based on snippets of expertise like this, who paid for the training? And then you came and got the expertise, and then who paid for the next training?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this training has to sell the next training. We're always selling. Just because people ain't buying don't mean you ain't selling. You put on that extra perfume or that extra makeup or that extra whatever. You put on that suit, you put on that smile, you put on that great attitude to sell something. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
It's just we've been tricked out of wanting commerce to happen when we do what we do. You'll market anything as long as nobody will pay you for it because somebody made you feel bad in your past about getting paid for something you should tell people anyway. There is no thing that you should tell people anyway. Everything that you tell people, you told them because you cared enough to tell them. Good job. But if there's compensation to be had, you should be compensated. I do not open my mouth most of the time if I can't get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Some of y'all know I was in a health and wellness business. I'm actually about to order some stuff from them right now. Now that I understand my kidney dialysis journey, I can order from them because they customize.
Mm-hmm.
When I start using it and y'all start seeing what's happening under this shirt, somebody gonna ask me a question, Zay. Zay, somebody gonna ask me a question. What are you doing? After I get this game plan from Jason Rivera,
to get your guns from
get my guns tight, people gonna be like, wow, my guns are tight, but they got so much fat on them. How you get so lean? And trust me, it's not dialysis. Good things are happening under this shirt. It's almost beach season. You kidding me? So here's the thing, guys. Why is this important? You can't shy away from the thing that you must do to have success. So with that being said, let's talk about this business funding. If you have not signed up for the company, get the link from the person. They probably sent you a question like, do you want some or all? That's so that they know whether or not to send you the some link or the all link. There's two different links. They want to send you a direct link to the application. The application takes all of 5 minutes and you are up and running in the system. If you are somebody looking at this that was in the business in the past, I strongly urge you to sign up again so that you can take advantage of everything with a fresh ID. All you need is a different email address. Don't renew that old one because you can't get the momentum bonus on the old one. This is why I don't record stuff. They don't want me to tell you this stuff out loud. So I'm not posting this on YouTube or Instagram. I'm really putting this up for a couple of people that hit me up to let me know that they needed it. But hopefully y'all taking excellent notes. I can't have these types of recordings out in the street. It's gonna be some things I say in this particular conversation that are for whoever shows up. How many of you guys understand showing up is 99% of the success?
Yes.
Yes.
And then the other 1% is doing something. But that 1% makes all the difference. 99% is showing up because some of us got this education from Dr. Golden that we got to accumulate this truth, right? We got to accumulate this information. Then we got to show up enough so that we can start understanding it. We got to understand this information. Knowledge is not enough. We got to have knowledge and understanding, right?
Yep.
But the key is what, guys? See, y'all got to review y'all notes. The key is application, because through application comes wisdom. There's no such thing as wisdom without application. Applied knowledge gives you wisdom. You got to do something with that stuff, or you won't get the wisdom from the doing. And so everybody's not going to teach you everything. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
I saw a text message pop up. You're not supposed to be a talker. That's why I talk. You're supposed to be an inviter. Somebody said, I'm not a talker.
I'm not a talker.
Good. Because you're not supposed to be a talker. You're supposed to be an inviter. I'm not a talker either until I need to talk. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Matter of fact, put this in your notes. The more you talk, the less money you make. The less you talk, the more money you make. Somebody asked me why.
Why?
Why?
Because if you talk a lot and you do it well, people are not going to join because they feel like they can't speak as well as you. And if you talk a lot and you don't do it well, people are not going to join because they don't want to sound crazy like you. So talking a lot does not have a good result. We're going to teach you in a couple of seconds how to pique somebody's interest. Matter of fact, I'm going to share with you how to have a conversation. Is this making sense?
Yes.
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 And so, guys, here's what it looks like as far as business. I'm going to make sure you understand the business funding process. And so I'm going to need you audio wise because I need the full screen for myself. So I only see me right now. If you know business owners or anyone who would like to obtain business funding, all you got to do is refer them to the business funding, and the experts handle the rest. So you identify, create business owners seeking funds. Who's a business owner? Somebody say everybody.
Everybody.
All you need is an EIN number, guys. And they do the rest. Because what's going to happen is when you introduce them to business funding and schedule their appointment, the experts do the rest. They explain everything. They enroll them. Everybody say they enroll them.
They
Enroll them.
But they explain everything. Our business funding experts explain everything. All you got to ask somebody is, do you want funding for your business as minimal as to the tune of $50,000 or more? What do you think most people are going to say to that?
Yes.
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 See that? You ask that direct. That's a direct question. I'll teach you an indirect approach for people who don't want business funding. But for people that you know that want to launch a business, they're serious about life. They just want to get something off the ground. Because guys, the purpose of this business funding is for investment. Everybody say investment.
Investment.
The business funding experts explain everything and enroll them. You get paid for every enrolled referral. Now, I want to look in your eyeball so you can understand what I'm saying. You don't get paid because they get approved. You get paid because they invested the $3,000 to get in the process. Once they're in the process, you get paid. Is this making sense?
Oh,
Yes.
So everybody say, I must mind my business.
I must mind
I
my
must mind my
Must mind my
business.
And so you are clear, your business is getting them to the experts.
Mhm.
The expert's job is to give them what they need to know so that they invest their $29.95 and then you get paid. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
They might mess around and have me in a suit going to strip malls in Charlotte. $400 a client. These experts will then help them get approved for lending. But you already out of the process here. Is this making sense?
Mhm.
Yes.
The experts take it. Actually, you're out of the process here because the experts explain it. The experts enroll them. You get paid. They get them approved for lending. Now, again, all you got to do is become an MWR business partner to really take advantage of what we're doing and getting paid on this. It's $249 one time, $149.97 a month. Everybody clear on that?
Yes.
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 You use the MWR tax experts to help you set up your LLC and EIN. Guys, that's included in your membership. Now, when they help you do your state filing, that's going to be somewhere between $30 to $300, depending on the state you file in.
Mhm.
I repeat, just depending on the state you file in. Is this making sense?
yes.
Yes.
There are certain states, and you can ask them about this, that are better to file in, that might be better than your state. But they help you set that up. So we literally just did a training in Charlotte on how to properly set up an LLC. How many of you guys would agree that was good training?
It was great.
Yes, it
It was
was.
great.
They literally do all that stuff for you in your membership already for free.
Mm-hmm.
They walk you through those exact same steps. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
And then they'll file for you. And I didn't mention it during the overview because how many of you guys would agree our overview is just really robust?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so understand the reason why I had Gilletta continue to go on with the roll call is so I can hear from the guest and what was important to them so that I could leave some stuff in, take some stuff out. If somebody would have said anything more about taxes, I would have pointed out that when you use our we got a new app. Actually, I gotta get more familiar with it. We got a newer app than Hurdler. But when you use our app that you download to your phone that tracks your mileage and tracks your deductions, it all downloads into one file. And when you're able to give that one file to our tax experts, they'll file your taxes for free.
Yep.
Your personal taxes, not your business taxes, your personal taxes. Your business taxes, the fee is so minimal, might be a good option for you. Is this making sense?
Yes.
But what they will do is help you set up that EIN and or your LLC for free. It's included. Now you take that and you schedule a business funding appointment and you enroll for $29.95. Again, you don't have the $29.95. Keep more of the money that you make using the lifestyle strategies. Make more money by sharing MWR with other people and referring businesses to business funding.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you what that means in a minute financially again. You buy precious metals with the 50K plus you obtain in business funding. Guys, we got to stress this. And I'm going to tell you why I'm stressing this. You want me to tell you what it is or tell you why I'm stressing it first? I'll let you choose.
Tell us
Tell her why you stressing it first.
My mentor, Dr. Golden, says you can always tell whether or not you're going to be wealthy or whether or not you're going to be broke by what you do when you get paid. Because see, when poor people get paid, they pay their bills and they buy stuff. And they brag about how they paid their bills and they bought stuff. They brag about their stuff. When middle class people get paid, they pay their credit cards down because of the stuff that they were able to buy with their credit cards. And they brag about having good credit, and they brag about the stuff that the poor people couldn't get because they didn't have good credit. Fun fact, the poor people got more cash on hand because these guys are credit rich, cash poor. When wealthy people get paid, how many guys are wealthy?
I am wealthy.
Yep.
We.
I am.
Everybody say we.
We.
We invest in income producing assets. We put our money to work. And then when our assets produce income for us, we pay our bills, we make sure we have good credit, we buy the stuff we like. But we brag about our income producing assets and how we put our friends up on income producing assets. So while one set of people are talking about the new Jordans, the next set of people are talking about the new rental property that they're renting, not owning and renting out to other people. The wealthy are talking about those assets and how they produce more income for them than a job ever could because they took the time to build it. And so we say that to say this, please do not get the $50,000. Do not get business funding to do anything other than make precious metal purchases, but only after you know leasing contracts are available. Use it for precious metal purposes after the contracts are available. The only other thing I would advise someone to do, depending on but do your research first, is potentially invested in a diversified cash flow account so that they can start accumulating the 4% interest. But the challenge with that is you also start, remember that the business funding can sit there and you don't have to make not one payment on it until you use it. And so the reason why we suggest that you wait until there's a contract on the precious metals is because now the precious metals is paying for the funding. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
That's why in that chart I showed you net profit and nothing else. That makes sense?
I have a
Yes.
question.
Yes.
Okay, Tanisha has a question. Go.
I have a question. So I follow for the most part, but you're saying don't use the business funding until you can so that means don't go through the process of it until
Now, you don't have business funding, you got to go through the process. But the process is get an EIN number set up get an EIN or LLC set up. They're doing everything else. They're legitimizing and making your LLC fundable. And once it's fundable and it's funded, it's just sitting there until you use it. It's available to you, but you don't have to use it. And so when Brian House gets his 3% contract or whatever percent he gets, if that's a deal that you want to be a part of, then you use it for the funding.
Got it. Okay, now I understand.
Because now
Okay.
you started the pay clock on the loan.
Gotcha. Okay.
Is this good stuff?
Yes.
That makes
Okay,
sense.
because I want one of the things that I've noticed over the last 4.5 years is we get excited about the new stuff, but we don't get understanding.
Right.
And I want you guys to have understanding so that you can really be excited. And then once we start using it, our wisdom is going to take us through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And so with that being said, don't use it for your bills
Of course not. Yeah.
because your bill's not going to make sense with the $500 payment. I mean, you can use some of it for your bills, but I'm gonna mind my business on that. But I'm just saying, this ain't Porsche money. This ain't Lamborghini money. You use it to make more money and earn monthly returns through the exclusive precious metals leasing contracts. Those monthly returns are actually pay your business funding payments and then reinvest. Guys, the mindset is this: if they're giving you business funding and your asset is growing at 24%, and you have to pay 8% on your on your loan, you're still netting that balance. That makes sense?
Yes.
Yes.
So now you 16% to the good, which is what we want. We want to put people in we don't want to have something as amazing as business funding destroy our communities. We want to teach people and overemphasize that we're using this as an investment strategy so we can become the next set of millionaires in our family.
Right.
And if we're going to get free money, and guys, put this in your notes. This is guaranteed money, guys. They don't turn anybody down. It's just a matter of how long it takes them to get you fundable. And the longest they said was probably 3 months. And that's if you got a baby new LLC and terrible credit. Now I actually don't know why it is. I am not the expert. I'm messing with you. I don't know the differences in the parameters at all. I just know that in 3 months, everybody can have $50,000 if they start the process with $29.95. And even if we less qualified than other people, y'all know membership does have its privileges, right?
Yes, it does.
You being an MWR customer, you're gonna get better work through than people that are not. It's just what it is. I don't even feel bad about it. And so here's the thing: for MWR business partners, we have an additional stream of income, and we have the ability to use not our money to accelerate the asset and wealth accumulation. And this is a door opener to start attracting your business owners to MWR. Because see, a business owner understands that he's gonna or she's gonna refer this to more business owners. And if she can get $400 every time she does it, she's gonna do it anyway. Does this make sense?
Yes.
So she'll position herself as an MWR business partner just to get the pay from something they were already gonna do, because they were already gonna use the membership anyway. And so they might as well do the other little $100 so they can get the 475 extra tax breaks, because they were already a business owner, not getting those tax breaks. There's so many benefits to attract business owners. And this is an amazing lead-in, wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
For MWR members, you get a free LLC or EIN assistance through your MWR tax experts. You also have the ability to use not your money to accelerate the asset and wealth accumulation. For business owners, though, guaranteed, and that everybody say, I am a business owner.
I am
a business owner.
If you know you're going to use this funding yourself, everybody say, I'm this funding and investment strategy yourself. Say, I am a business owner.
I am
a business owner.
And guys, so you get guaranteed funding of $50,000 or more. Personal credit is not a factor. Let me look y'all in y'all eyeballs. Y'all know how many backflips I did when they told me my personal credit would not matter?
That's fine.
Because I have been up and down, and my credit is still so bad they won't take my cash. This is fun. They told me it does not matter.
Right.
While I am fixing my credit, it's not going to stop me. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
And so with that being said, startups with no revenue or established businesses are accepted. Here's why this is important. Those of you that those of you that train with me, and I showed you how to set up your LLC, that was so we can start establishing your LLC to get this same funding that they're doing included in your $3,000. So all those things that I was about to do, I don't have to do it. They're going to establish my LLC. And once my LLC is good enough to get funding from their guys, it's also good enough to eventually get that same money from Chase.
Come on.
Yep.
Without me having to do anything different but be fundable.
Right.
Is this making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
And so they literally took months off of our process with this one simple fix. It's amazing what we're in position to do. Dreams can come off shelves now. No collateral. You don't need no collateral or personal property guarantees. They ain't getting into none of your business. They just want an EIN, guys. They're gonna make it fundable. Funding can be used for any reason. We just have strong suggestions about where you should do it. And once you're approved, again, No need to apply again for that LLC for additional funding. And there's a flat rate fee, no high interest, no huge upfront percentage-based fees, no daily or weekly payments that can hurt your business cash flow. I'm gonna tell you about number 7 without saying that it's all about this company called MCA. I'm not gonna mention that it's all about this company that's done raggedy business for years called MCA. When people ask you if this is like MCA, not only should you say no, you might want to cuss in front of it if you still cussing. You want to overemphasize this is not MCA. I don't cuss no more. So I'm going to say absolutely not. With as much emphasis as I possibly can. Is this making sense?
Yep.
Yes.
You got to understand there's raggedy businesses out there that can hurt your business. Right, Zay. Lord, no. That's perfect. I'm using that. Lord, no.
I'm glad I don't know what MCA is. So.
Yeah,
I
I
might have
never
left.
heard of it. So
Hey,
good.
just understand, if it was MCA, I'd leave MWR. That's how raggedy MCA is.
Wow.
And how many people I know personally that has hurt.
Oh my God.
Mm.
Jeez.
See, like in the church, we talk about this thing called church hurt, and we try to help people. Well, in the business, we telling you about business hurt. Here are the launch dates, guys. April the 15th.
Ooh.
Tax day.
We're gonna have our self-replicated marketing launch, our site launches. The site's gonna track all your business funding appointments that they schedule for you, or the businesses that you shared it with. It's gonna do all your tracking. All you making is the introduction, and they do all the tracking and status of all submissions. It's gonna be in your business center as well. April the 16th, our tax experts are gonna help anybody that needs help setting up their LLC that don't already have one. And if they're ready to proceed with business funding, they can do their investment right there.
Wow.
That's
But
amazing.
that service from the tax experts is free to all of us, excluding the state filing fees. That's going to be somewhere between $30 to $300, depending on your state, to file in your state. Appointments for this are going to be done during the MWR, via the MWR membership portal. Do not call the tax hotline for this service. We like them. We don't want them quitting and pulling their hair out. A lot of calls. May the 10th, guys, everybody, some of y'all that got started when I got started, this is going to sound familiar. Everybody repeat after me. We love the 10th.
We
love
it.
See, before we went to daily pay, guys, we used to get paid on the 10th.
Yep.
And so we used to be waiting for the 10th. You can get paid every day, you get paid every week. Now, but this payout is going to happen on the 10th. So we are back to also loving the 10th.
That's right.
And so any questions about any of the launch stuff?
Nope. Thank you for that screenshot.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Not a problem. Now, just as a reminder, every time you refer a customer that invests their $29.95, you make a $400 bonus. Every time someone you sponsor personally does it, you make a $100 bonus. And if you're 3-star or above, everybody say, I must hit 3-star.
I must
I must hit 3-star.
Guys, you got to get these legacy bonuses in your life. That extra $30 to $150 a person is amazing. I'm a 5-star in this company. Every time somebody signs somebody up for anything, I make $50.
Fantastic.
I mean, it is. It really is, especially when I sign somebody up myself and make $100 because they add that 50 to my 50. Incredible. Yes?
Yes.
So let's talk about how we get there. Now, here's the thing. This training is designed to go only 6 more minutes. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm literally going to stop at 6 more minutes, but I'm going to tell you what I want to train you on. But I'm going to keep going if you're still here. But if you're not still here, I understand. But just understand, I'm doing bonus training because I had to make sure you understood thoroughly business funding. Because I need you to start really focusing on putting yourself in position for business because you deserve it. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Doesn't make sense to get excited about something that you don't want to use. Figure it out. You know, this is that time where if you gotta borrow $30 from 100 people, do it. But don't miss out on your $29.95 blessing. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some people are gonna take out a loan to take out the loan. Smart. We took out a loan to get a TV or some furniture or a car or a house. Why wouldn't we take out a loan so that we can invest in a $500,000 over the next 5 years?
Right.
I mean, I'm just saying, you know, just thoughts. But here's what I want to teach you. I want to teach you a simple daily format and give you a simple game plan. And then I'll be done. Now I can do it really fast, but it's just gonna be a disservice. Here's a simple. Which one you want first? The format or the game plan? They're both the same. Okay, so here's business decision number one. I'll pull it up so you can see it. I put together because I recognize that we have some great things and some things that need help, but it's not the tool, it's how we're using the tools that matters. And so when we were on that run, we had a checklist called the roadmap. And the company, when they found out we had a roadmap, made this fast start checklist. But what they did that was not good is not using the checklist how we use the checklist. Guys, when people get started, everybody should get the checklist. Somebody asked me why.
Why?
Why?
Because it's the checklist. And everybody should have a checklist or a roadmap on how to do their business. And so the way this checklist works is if you do the stuff on the left side, you'll receive the income on the right side. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
But I put it in a packet because when a new person gets started, this part right here, that week one goal, everybody say 30 gets you 3.
30.
33.
And in fact, out of that other 27, you will get that other one customer. But 30 gets you 3. And so it's very important that you put your most money motivated, you're positive but unhappy with current lifestyle and would kill this, but be mad if you didn't tell them people on your top 30 list. But that's 3 sets of 10. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
So your money motivated people, we need to do an emergency Zoom with them tomorrow at 7:00. So you make a list of your 10 top money motivated people, and that overview I just did, to some degree, I'm going to do that again tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
But you only need to invite all 10. Text them, inbox them, call them, but get them on that Zoom tomorrow. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
If you invite all 10, at least 3 will be on tomorrow. You get 3 on, y'all see how intense Joy is right now? You're going to get a Joy tomorrow. Joy locked in. You should see what's happening in our text messaging right now. It's some serious stuff happening around here. You reach out to 10. Guys, write this in your notes. I told you I'll give you a game plan. It's a 10-3-1 game plan. 10-3-1. 10, you're going to invite 10. You're going to have 3 guests. One's going to sign up every day, Monday through Friday. It's going to happen every day, Monday through Friday. I got to adjust my time on Thursday because for those of you that don't know, I do Bible study. So I might have to do a noon and a 10 p.m. on Thursday because I'm going to be in Bible study. But outside of that, 12 and 7 is always available. Depending on, 7 is going to be available Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, 7 p.m. I'm always available. I'm not always going to be sitting at my laptop. So if I don't get three-way text messaging or we don't do three-way calls together, meaning you connect me and we'll teach you how to connect me. As a matter of fact, you've probably been connected. And so, excuse me, that's my 9 o'clock alarm.
Mine too.
Sorry about that. Stand up and put my $400 belt in your face. That's a, but in any event, it's one of those things. What was the last thing I was saying before my alarm went off? Anybody remember?
You said 12 and 7 are always available. Because
Right. So 10-3-1. Everybody say 10-3-1.
10-3-1.
10-3-1.
It's our new marching orders. It's really simple. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how do you get to 10-3-1? Well, we already did these. So that's the 10, right? Then on Tuesday, that's the 10. Because we are going to relaunch. Everybody say, I relaunch today.
I
I
relaunched.
relaunched today.
So this is the 10 on Monday. This is the 10 on Tuesday. This is the 10 on Wednesday. On Monday, and I'm serious about these lists, guys. Who are the most money motivated people? You want them on first. Somebody asked me why.
Wow.
Why?
Because now they're going to be inviting people onto the Tuesday one because they're money motivated.
very good.
And so now it's not just you, it's you and them. See, I had to make this thing make sense for me, Gilletta. I couldn't use it anymore. And so then Tuesday, the people that are positive but unhappy with their current lifestyle, satisfied but hungry, you invite them on Tuesday. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you can't invite them on Monday because you can go past 10. I'm just saying a minimum is what?
10.
Yeah.
10. You got to create a baseline for yourself of a minimum of 10. And for those of you that came to my training, guess who helped me set this up?
Did.
Chat GPT. I
Mhm.
asked Chat GPT, what's the fastest way to get to the top? To national ambassador over a short period of time. And one of the strategies is this 10-3-1 strategy. I asked them specifically first for an offline strategy. And then I asked them for some online strategies. Right now I'm teaching you the offline strategy, but you can use whatever you do online to generate the people. But it's just about the people. You need to make a list of at least 100 names and numbers. I'm not even taking you serious. You need to make that list tonight. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying it'd be easier to take 10 from your list and to try to figure out what 10, because now it's just too much. I mean, you can build it how you build it, but you need to, you should, in the next 10 days, even if you did it slow, you should have a list of 100 names and numbers. But the way we do it when we want to be aggressive, how many of you guys want to be aggressive about building something significant?
I do.
Yes.
Make a list of 100 names and numbers, because the system is what's going to make your money, not your talent. So don't get caught up in how well you speak or how many people you know or even how well you know them. None of that matters. I have so many business partners that I just met over the years. Some of my best friends now, but when I just met them, I just met them. It didn't stop me from offering them something huge. How many of you guys understand you can offer a stranger $50,000 in business funding?
Yeah.
Mhm.
How many of you guys understand they won't be strange for long?
Right.
Right.
They don't have friends offering this to them. They don't have family members offering this to them. This is how you create your extended family. But 10-3-1 is now here's the beautiful thing about 10-3-1. You can use, I gotta blow these up. I gotta figure out how to make these all the same size. Lizzie, I might need your help on that. I don't know how good you are with this stuff, with the PowerPoints. I mean with the PDF stuff, but just gonna make it bigger for now. But guys, the $1 Million Power Hour is how you get there. It's two things that make money: hosting private Zooms and private business receptions. Matter of fact, if you can get them in your home and then put them on the Zoom while they're in your living room, they sign up even faster, because they can just ask their direct question. You can show them your app on your phone or on your laptop, and they can sign up on the spot. It's the most effective way to do business, is belly to belly. We are no longer in quarantine. People were all facing all over the place now.
Raw facing.
Raw face.
I mean, the mask went away, so we all out raw facing now, and so But with that, business must change, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you need to be face to face with as many people as you possibly can, as often as you can. But with that being said, to sit down with and make a list of your top 20, after that 30. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday is the 10, 10, 10. Thursday, you need to take out your power hour sheet. And I just keep doing my power hour sheet. Because I might have to text 20 to get in contact with 10 so that I can get 3 to come.
Mhm.
I might be able to do it by just texting 10, which is dope. But if I don't have 3 coming, how many of you guys understand? I'm gonna keep going.
Right.
Yes.
Because the real goal is to have at least 3 people on so that maniac can get me one. Fair?
Yeah.
Yes.
But it all leads to this sheet. And this is the sheet that made the most difference to me getting it all done in 86 days. Well, being able to fire my boss in 86 days. It's called the 50-15-5 accountability sheet. Now, the key to this sheet is on Saturday, I need you to send me this sheet. On Sunday, if you got a Saturday event scheduled, it'd be great that you send me this sheet. Because I want to see. Because here's the thing: when what gets tracked gets done. Put that in your notes. What gets tracked gets done. See, you might be thinking you're doing awful and you're doing great, but you're not tracking, so you don't know you're doing great. You might be thinking you're doing great, but you're doing awful, but you're not tracking. But when you track, everything is scalable. And now you can get excited about the process and the game plan, not excited about the people or the money. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Like, here's what I know. And I've proven this. But I know, I knew it made sense when I first heard it, but then I just went on to prove it. Somebody having a wrestling match with their all right. So if I peak and pass 50, meaning if I find out if 50 people are interested and I pass them to an expert, I'm gonna have no less than 15 people on a full presentation. Now, here's the thing. If I just peek and invite them, I might need closer to 50. But if I 3-way call with an expert or 3-way text with an expert, there's just a higher show up ratio. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I may not need to do 50. I want y'all to catch this. I may not need to do 50. I may only need to do 25. And so my ratios, because I'm peaking and passing, might be 5, 3, 1. Because 5 days a week is 25. 10 5 days a week is 50. That 3, though, is paramount. It's the most important thing. 3 guests every day for 5 days is the 15. You see how it all leads?
Yeah.
But how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So I realized the way I enjoy my lifestyle, I still love weekends because all my friends are free on weekends. Because they're not free during the week to hang out with me. And so I don't get to play in the playpen with most of my friends until the weekend. Me, Rebecca, and Shaniqua would be like, dang, when they gonna be off? Gotta fly all the way to Arizona and hang out with Deborah and be like, yeah, because you was the only one that was off.
Yeah.
Is this making sense?
Yeah.
And so had to look for a system that gave me my weekends to do business if I want to, but not have to. Plus, those of you know, I got a little public speaking thing with the Agape group. And so on weekends, I schedule conferences. They're like, you schedule more conferences than with us? Keep paying attention. Keep paying attention. Beautiful things are happening. Yes. Because I can't afford to keep doing $199 conferences. I got to actually scale up to my actual work. We doing those as gifts to my beautiful friends. And so here's what's exciting. Monday through Friday, 5-3-1 or 10-3-1. 10-3-1, awesome. I might even go as far as 20 to get my 3-1. I just want to make sure I get my 3 so I can get my 1. And so quality prospects though. And so it's like your mindset needs to be, how many people do I need to find out are open and pass them to an expert so that we can get folks in front of the information so we can get 5 quality signups. Meaning people that want to invest, people that want to, and use our legacy strategies and invest. They want to use our lifestyle strategies and get more of their hard-earned money in their pocket, and want to use our business building strategies so that they can get to their $15,000 a day or whatever in between that they're focusing on, so that they can get to their freedom number, and we have more people to play with. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
And so that's the new packet. That's the only thing I wanted to cover on that. Last thing I wanted to cover is language. So we talked about appearance. So, like for instance, right now, if I'm Jason, if I'm Francisco, collared shirt, show off the do next time. If I'm Joy, eye level with your camera, better lighting to your face. People get to see your awesome smile. If I'm Zay, probably better lighting to the face. You see, yeah. All right. Cool. And you have to do eye level. Now, Joy is all right because it's either eye level or from up down. What you don't want is showing off your chin or chins. Because here's the thing. Slim people from this angle look like they have chins.
Mm-hmm.
Is this making sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like when we teach public speaking and when we teach and when we get into what to do when you're out networking, I teach the ladies, the first thing I teach the ladies is to lower your chin anyway. Even if he's taller than you, you give them a little bit of distance, you lower your chin and you look up. Because as soon as you raise them lips up, it's a wrap. We ain't doing business no more. Men are shallow. Think about it. The last time you looked up at a man like this, some kissing was about to happen. And so when you're doing business, I'm telling you, I got this from decades of business training, and the women always ask the same question in the Q&A. How do we get men to stay focused on the business and not my business? Happens every time. And the best business advice that was given by one of the top leaders in the industry was keep your chin down. Keep your eyes up, keep your chin down. Practice it. Second thing was, y'all want another one, ladies?
Yes.
Yes.
Let him keep his ego, but while refocusing him on business. So when he gives you that compliment that's a little bit, different than the conversation you're on, you just simply say, thank you.
Thank you.
But how do you feel about this business funding?
Right.
Can we go out? Y'all want a third one? Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Can we go out on a date sometimes? Now, if you like him, say yes. But if you would like to keep it business, I'm dating my business right.
That's good.
There's some type of bonuses when you stay past 9. And so, guys, just keep your focus on business. Nobody likes us like that. You're a perv off the gate. You remind her of that weird uncle or that weird little brother or that weird dude until she gets to recognize the God in you and the business in you. In that order. Because nobody's safe in these streets. People are kidnapping people, women left and right.
Yeah.
And we look just like them, whether we want to or not.
Mm-hmm.
It's at a point now where it used to be a time where I could just shave and, because I look like their little brother or their son, I had a better end. No, because their little son, their little brother's a perv now too. It's ridiculous in this world right now. And so we just have to stay business, be as professional as we possibly can and keep it professional. But if we want to do top production, now if we want some people on our team, we can flirt. But if we want to do top production in the industry of network marketing, I just gave you some good tips for that, yes?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because it's the quality of people you want as these prospects. And so that's that process. And so in the conversation, What's outdated is, are you open to making some serious extra money in addition to what you're currently doing? Now, I'll give you this in a more formatted practice next week. Or if I do any fast start training during the week, just stay tuned. But the conversation needs to be a conversation. And so would anybody like to volunteer that I've never spoken to before? Joy, you'd be a perfect volunteer. Would you like to volunteer, Joy? I don't want you to be voluntold.
Yeah, I assume so. I can volunteer.
Okay. What are you working on right now that's exciting? What exciting things are you working on?
Nothing really at the moment.
Ah, what's stopping you?
School.
What you studying?
It used to excite me, but it don't no more.
Oh no.
No, I'm in education.
Oh,
So I'm preparing for tomorrow.
oh,
Going back to school.
Oh, that's that teacher face.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the education administration face, frustrated.
Ooh, that's
Well,
worse.
I've been in school already, but I'm just saying the kids and everybody else is coming back. So
Oh, okay.
that's
Oh,
probably
yeah.
where my mind is currently.
That's that post spring break phrase. I know it. I know it well.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been in education?
21 years.
Okay, so you must love it.
I'm ready to exit.
What's most challenging about it?
Everything at this moment.
Ugh. I actually have
Staff is worse than the kids, though. I hate to say that.
Oh, well, I mean, I completely understand. It's still an honorable profession. I actually have a young lady I'm helping match her retirement and accelerate that as we speak. And so with the business that I'm in. Did everybody catch it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, if she's excited about it or not, I'm still going to say something good about it. And I'm going to reference somebody that I'm helping with the business I'm doing. Now, if Joy really hates what she's doing and wants a better quality of life, am I going to have to ask her a question, or is she going to ask me a question?
He's like,
Ask
I'm
you.
gonna ask you a question.
And that's what I want you guys to become excellent at. And matter of fact, if you want, let me see if I can reach the notes on that, because it's I know how some of you guys learn, and so let me give. Can I get a second from you so I can give you a simple game plan format for that?
Yeah.
I just learned this one. All right, so here are the words you write down. Because instead of peeking, here's what I want you guys to do. I'm gonna make it something hot later, but right now it's called investigate, validate, relate, educate. Investigate, validate, relate, and educate. See, when you want to be attractive to people, I teach a triangle. I like teaching triangles, but I teach the isosceles triangle because all the sides and the sides, the angles and the sides are all equal. Meaning, if one gets bigger, the other two got to get bigger. And so I teach an ARC triangle. A is affinity, R is reality, and C is communication. Now, affinity is the degree that you like something. You don't hate or love anything. We just have different degrees of liking it.
mm-hmm.
And so we label it on the most positive end, love, and on the most negative end. Actually, the opposite of love is not even hate. Opposite of love is indifference.
Right.
I don't even care that you exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even like you enough to hate you.
Mhm.
Is the opposite of loving somebody. Like, I so intensely don't know you, sir. and so that's the degree of liking of. R, the reality is what we agree on. Like, for instance, what color is this shirt?
Burnt orange.
Burnt orange.
Interesting. Who says it's something different?
Look brown.
Look brown to me.
So this is not something that we necessarily want to find a point of reality on.
Brownish red.
See? See? This is making sense.
Yeah.
What color is Lazea's shirt?
Black.
Black.
Zay has on a black shirt, yes?
Yeah.
We all agree on that, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So if I say that's a nice black shirt, now we have a point of agreement. You like me a little bit more, so now we'll continue to communicate. But if we have a debate on whether this is burnt orange, brown, or sienna, or whatever, we might get stuck on that so long we don't want to talk about nothing else.
Right.
Right.
We couldn't even come to agreement on the color of the shirt.
Right.
And so what you're looking for in all your conversations going forward, if you want to have a positive flow to life, is reality. I don't waste time debating things that ain't gonna get me no closer. That's why you don't catch me debating politics. The only thing you can get me to talk about politician wise right now is what are their policies on my tax breaks, and whether or not you agree, we all need them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever give me the best tax breaks, they might win. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
what's exciting to me is finding points of reality so that people like me more, so that we can communicate. And to get there, you have to investigate. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
And then when you find something common that you can actually appreciate, you validate. Because that's why I had to tell her, even though she can't stand teaching right now, Joy, it's an honorable profession. Because that's what they told me all them years when I wasn't making no money. How honorable it was. And I was like, yeah, but y'all don't honor it. It's honorable. It's able to be honored, but that don't mean you honoring it.
Right.
However, it's honorable. It is honorable profession to actually take the time to teach people that don't want to learn on behalf of people that don't want to teach them. Absolutely. So you validate, right?
Right.
And you relate. Easiest way to relate is getting to know and networking with your other business partners and new family to find out. Hey, I actually have a friend named Yolanda who's working on something like that right now. But guys, how many of you guys understand, no matter what anybody's profession, no matter what anybody's professing, there's somebody in their same situation that's succeeding.
Yes.
And so I reference that person and how our business is helping them. Now I can do it abstract like that, or if I have specifics, I'll share specific stories because facts tell, but stories sell. I'm gonna be done in 7 minutes. I never wanted this to go past 90 minutes of training because the mind can only take what the posterior can handle.
His mind is a little sore.
Yeah. And I ain't even gotten there. So if you're sore, you know I'm aching. So you relate, right? You relate by sharing a story of someone in their same situation who's succeeding in your situation. And then when they ask what it is, you can either educate when they ask, or then you can ask a question. But ask a question that relates to their pain point. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or their exciting point. Because remember, my first question was, what exciting things are you working on right now? And I asked this assuming that everybody should have something exciting going on like me, or they need to get with me.
Right.
Because the other point of this is, if you're now that you've done relating and you found that reality, and now that you validated them so they like you more, now they may communicate and ask you, well, what exciting things do you have going on? And I actually have a team of financial experts who give people $50,000 or more in business funding and help them actually make more money than they normally would, keep more of the money that they want to make their money, make money. And do you know when I refer people to them, they actually pay me for that? When people ask me what I do or what I got exciting going on, I have a team of financial experts. And when I invest people, when I introduce them to those experts, they teach them investment strategies. They help them lower their bills and raise their credit scores and get out of debt faster and get pay raises at their job while lowering their taxes. They show them how to make more money. And you know, when I refer people to those experts, they actually got the audacity to pay me for that. How many of you guys understand that's a lot different than what is normally taught?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You don't get to the top of this company doing what's normally taught. If we did, people would be at the top of this company.
Correct.
So for the next 90 days, can we do some different things?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I've given you enough, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, I give you enough to chew. You now understand business fund. You understand. Well, first you understand presence, right? How we show up on Zooms is how we show up on these Zooms.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, how many of you guys want to know what the rest of Joy's face looks like? But that's a distraction. It's like, I wonder what the rest of her face looks like. While I'm showing them $500,000. They're like, I wonder what the rest of Joy's face looks like. No distractions. It's okay when you're a guest like Joy. I'm just picking on Joy because it's fun. But and she's a teacher, so I know I can pick on teachers because we got the most corrupt sense of humor. But here's the thing. Now we know presence, right? How we show up is how we gonna blow up together.
Yes.
Now we understand what we have our hands on with the business funding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we understand what we like about the new overview, yes?
Yes.
Understand this, put this in your notes. I'm not always gonna say all of it. I just wanted to show you what could be said. It was an hour of what could be said about what we have our hands on. So I did it in the form of training what could be said. I really want to get that down to about 45 minutes, 40, 45. But I ain't in a hurry to get it down to that because how many guys would agree that overview with your guest means you make more money?
Yes.
Right.
So use it while you learn it. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Just use it while you learn it. I am willing to, I promise you, I'm willing to do that every day until you get your money. But you got to do the 1031, right? How many of you guys agree to do the 1031?
I do.
Yes.
Here's the thing about the 1031. You got to feed it. I got 3 minutes. You got to feed it. Meaning, right now, there's a finite number of the people you know, right?
Yes.
But you need to list all of them because how many of them need what we have our hands on?
Oh,
Now, whether they take advantage of it is not our struggle. It's none of our business.
right.
But we know that they need it, which means there is, write this word down, opportunity. It doesn't make sense to be in an opportunity and not be an opportunist. I'm giving everybody the opportunity to tell me yes. And I'm giving everybody the opportunity to tell themselves no. They tell me yes, I can show them how to get to $500,000 with an investment strategy. I can show them how to get to $5 million a year, minimum residually. All of that's in my conversation. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
You can show them that too by introducing them to us and letting us have that conversation for you. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, guys, with that being said, I think I've given you almost everything you need. You now have, because sometime this evening, if you're part of our chat, our new Project 100 chat, I'm gonna put the new document in there. I just got to get it all the right size before I give it to you. I was trying to get that done after my nap and before the Zooms, but my nap was really good, and so I didn't get it before the Zoom. I had to get my slides ready. I had to get and so it's in format, but for whatever reason, the pages that I added, because I made a booklet out of it versus it just being standalone documents, so one person can open it one time and print it out. And I got to Bitly it, and then I'm going to put it in the group so everybody has it. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Yes.
But the most important thing I wanted to give you was new language. And so anybody have any questions about everything that you've been given? Any questions, any comments, any concerns? We are now at the end of training. I'm going to stop the recording. You have actually done your due diligence. You now know what we have our hands on. You now know how we go about building. You are now familiar with the new hotness, and we're able to do amazing things together. Was it worth your time?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. I look forward to celebrating with you as we build, because exponentially we build. See, you don't understand. When one of us gets 5 people signed up during this week, it's going to be that 4-minute mile for some of you.
Yes.
But all they did was invited 10, peaked and passed and invited 10, had 15 guests, or had 3 guests a day so that they can sign up one. And they did it 5 days in a row. It's the consistency of the system that pays you.
Mm-hmm.
But that's going to open it up, because we know if that person keeps going and does it for all 4 weeks of this month, they signed up 20 by themselves. That's already 2-star on the way to 3. With just a little bit of duplication, those other 36 will fill themselves in. Somebody going to hit 3-star this month with this 10-3-1 system in this awesome language. And I'm excited for it. And I'm already thanking God for it. And so with that being said, I'm going to stop the recording and answer any questions that you have.